shit would be the perfect devil fruit to push to push the ancient weapon underground when nobody could get
How
it.
big y'all think that ship is? I gotta ask y'all this question because that's just bothering me. How big do y'all think this ship is? Because
from the size of the island, like a small island,
like Thriller Bark size.
Yeah, probably around Thriller Bark size, I'd say.
Bigger.
Thriller Bark
they keep saying it's a colossal battleship, and they showing us Thriller Bark, and they showed us that. I mean, I know this is Thriller, but the
I just was thinking. I put the end it, but I was thinking about the SSG, right? And I was thinking about how you have all these factions in One Piece that parallel real world factions. The Navy is the Navy, but the thing is, in One Piece, we don't have an Air Force, bro, and it would be special if the SSG would control the air, bro. You understand? Controlling the sea through the air. You could deploy these niggas through the air. They could get to islands fast. They could
that's interesting,
fight.
Sean, because
you understand?
We're having people usually have problems getting to water because of the sea currents. What if SSG comes in through the air because they don't gotta do
bro, the SSG wouldn't have no travel restrictions, bro. You don't need to organize. You understand? They could adapt to anything. The air, bro. That's what Oda targeting, bro. That's what he targeting.
That would be cool.
We gotta get to it.
There's the Air Force. There's the Air Force of the One Piece, bro.
Because we haven't seen planes in One Piece, have we? Like nothing of that. There's only ships and shit we've seen.
What you need planes?
So what if you feed a devil fruit? Remember the blueprints we saw with the devil fruit getting feed to the jetpack?
Yeah.
Like, bro,
the monkey, the gorilla, devil fruit, and the jetpack.
Yeah.
Science
combining
devil fruits. Yeah.
Oda combining all his concepts, bro. Like, we ain't see devil fruits getting eat by inanimate objects for no reason, bro. All this shit can tie into one ultimate creation. You know what I mean?
And maybe
I feel like even
were like the beginning of that. Now maybe they've perfected that.
Right, because the Pacifistas, everybody said this theory, so I can't say this is original, obviously, but with the whole entire thing with the Pacifistas being able to mimic Kizaru's lasers, is opening up the territory for Oda to go into some X-Men Days of Future Past shit, which, in case if anybody doesn't know what that is, Marvel fans, are the Sentinels who are able to manipulate or copy the X-Men's powers, which is what allowed them to kill a lot of the X-Men. So if you have this nigga Vegapunk who has a machine... Let me
ask you a question.
What?
No, I want to interrupt y'all too much.
Yeah.
But would it be far-fetched, right, for the SSG to because me and Bruce I already talked to you about this shit.
Yeah,
we go through ideas and shit like that.
Okay, I got
it. But since gigantification impossible, right? And you want an army of giants, but we know for a fact that cloning is something in One Piece. You could clone giants. You could clone the giant squad or the Marines. You understand? And you could have an army of giants in the Marines without having to go through all of the side effects of gigantification.
Sean, the thing about that though, it's only what's his name? Judge that has that technology. And also we know how much time it takes. Maybe Vegapunk as well, but we know how much time
you gotta recognize too, Pharaoh.
Yo.
The SSG ain't a new concept. This is something he had to be working on for years, bro.
For sure.
And I think, and like I told you, Sean, I think the gigantification, I think he got it right. Because what I was telling, me and Sean were talking about this. So the gigantification, and it brought back to my mind when, what's some big ass things that Kaido has? The numbers, right? How they said they're the failed experiments. The failed experiments of ancient giants and stuff like that, right? So the thing is, when I was telling Sean this, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this, is the shit in Punk Hazard had that big ass refrigerator chamber center, right, with a bunch of frozen failed gigantification objects, experiments. Yeah. So the thing is, like I was telling Sean, is the only time you preserve something, whether it's an experiment or food, right? You get meat from the supermarket, you put it in the freezer. Why are you putting it in the freezer? Because eventually you're gonna come back to the freezer one day and you're gonna cook that meat. Yes. Right? That's why we do it, right?
Gotcha.
So if you preserve something, is under the impression that you're going to come back to it because you're not going to use it right now, but you're going to come back to it when you're ready. So this nigga tried gigantification and it failed. He would put these niggas in hyperbolic time. I said hyperbolic time chamber, cryogenic suspension, right?
Right.
Until he came up with the way to do it. And when he came up with the way to do it, he can unfreeze them as if you unfreeze your meat to get ready to cook it, to then apply the correct experimentation. So for me, what I think is all those people that Robin and Chopper found in those cryobolic suspension, right? Vegapunk finally figured out the piece to his equation or his experiment and said, all right, now I know how to do this properly. Let's get all those niggas out and let's do this. And I think he got them right, and I think he's got his giants. I think he's got them now.
The thing is, I feel like Oda can surprise us with gigantification, and I always had an idea where Oda would take the route of, okay, instead of making gigantification a thing, we ain't even talking SSG right now, we talking gigantification in general. Instead of making gigantification a thing, why not focus on, I love science in One Piece, why not focus on shrinking and humans become the new giants? If you could shrink people, then humans, you don't have to make people bigger because you could control the size of your opponents, you understand? Or
which would be cool, but he hasn't kind of, I mean, that'd be weird if you all just dropped that bomb on us out of nowhere.
Yeah, you haven't built it up.
Because I looking at a way around gigantification, because it's a lot of and it makes sense from a real world perspective that you can't take somebody who passed the growing phase and turn them into a giant, you know?
Right.
But I mean, he did it though. I mean, look at the numbers; they're fucking huge.
The numbers are retarded though.
But why are they so different from the other ones though? Is it because they're stupid? Why
Wait, other what?
Like because they call them like failed, right? What's the perfected version look like? What does a perfected version look like?
Somebody not retarded.
So they're basically they're stupid, right? That's the drawback.
Bro. I with you on SSG having something to do with gigantification.
I agree with that as well.
This keep building up the gigantification.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of the number.
They're not letting it go.
Yeah.
The Punk Hazard shit, and then the Big Mom flashback, the Elbaf shit, and now we're in fucking whatchamacallit, Wano, and they're saying, oh, these are failed experiences of ancient giants. They keep bringing it up, and it's like, what the fuck is the obsession?
What if we know it's called the Special Science Group, but what if SSG don't have to be one thing? You understand? What if?
I agree. I feel like it could be all of that. It could be the Air Force. It could be the Pacifistas, Days of Future Past, and it could be the Giants.
What if it just don't even have to be everything combined into one? What if one experiment focus on like two different aspects of Vegapunk science, and it perfects it like a super giant with a devil. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So this nigga's master mold.
It's experiments. Yeah, maybe they were trying everything and they fell on a lot of things.
Because
they trying to correct it.
SSG cannot be like an individual force. It has to be elements of a multitude of like different factors or elements, right? So I feel like, for it to like overcome one of the great powers, that's insane.
You probably could have
sold the numbers to Kaido. Who sold them?
The double fruits?
No, the numbers.
Doflamingo and
Caesar, they say Kaido bought them
right?
niggas. Who the fuck sold them to him?
Probably Caesar, right?
The underworld.
Hey, y'all, I end in this, bro. This can last till 3. I see where this going.